News Source, I'll tell you if these planes are losing their eyes in the skies.
I went to the Earth Day Fair in Tate Plaza. Find out who convinced me to eat this carrot.
Tonight on News Source, find out how students used this chocolate goop in Sanford Bridge to raise awareness about the 1-year anniversary of the BP oil spill.
From the University of Georgia, a student production from the Grady College of Journalism, this is UGA News Source.
Tonight's weather is going to be worse than it was today. Good evening, I'm George Lopez.
And I'm Lucas Ioke. News Source's Liz Holmes joins us live from outside to bring us the latest weather update. Liz, what can we expect tonight?
Well, guys, this beautiful sunshine isn't going to be around much longer. We've had a wonderful day today. It's been kind of cloudy at times, and it's even threatened of a chance of rain every now and then. However, I think our luck has finally run out, and that chance is becoming a reality. We're expecting the showers to begin in the next hour or so, and some of those showers could turn into some severe thunderstorms later this evening. So stay tuned, and later on in weather, I'll tell you what you can expect tonight and tomorrow.
Thanks, Liz. Friday is Earth Day, and some local organizations have already started promoting their reasons to go green. Reporter Mary Evelyn Gray spoke to some locals about what they're doing to help Mother Earth.
Earth Day is on Friday, but today, Tate Plaza was filled with talk of going green. This Friday, try and remember your Mother Earth. Mary Evelyn Gray, UGA News Source.
It's the third day of Earth Week on the campus of UGA. The Office of Sustainability is promoting Car Free Day to UGA students, faculty, and staff. The initiative encourages people to use alternative transportation like walking, biking, or taking a bus.
And it's fun, you know, a lot of biking and walking and even taking the bus. It's social, you know, the others provide a little bit of exercise. Busing or carpooling is a more social activity than driving by yourself in the car. It's less stressful. You often get there quicker because you don't have to park and then get from where you park to where you're going.
Earth Day is this Friday, the 22nd.
1 year ago today, over 200 million gallons of oil pumping into the Gulf of Mexico. BP has worked to clear up our waters, but some people don't think it's enough. News Source's Liz Holmes spoke with a group of students who protested the spill right here in Athens.
These protesters are fired up about the oil still in the Gulf after BP's spill last year. Regardless, the students' concerns were definitely heard about what remains to be done in the Gulf. Liz Holmes, UGA News Source.
The protesters say BP isn't avoiding paying taxes, but there are loopholes that exempt some oil companies from paying them. We have tried to contact BP several times today to see if those tax allegations are true. None of our calls have been returned.
There's good news about Athens home sales tonight. In March, 65 homes were sold. This number is up nearly 20% from last year, but this number is down nearly 30% from 2008, when 92 homes were sold. If you've been out to the Athens airport and seen the construction on the control tower, do not worry, your life is not in danger. This construction has nothing to do with the FAA problems. It's actually to make it safer, as I found out today. Filling your gas tank may cost a lot, but not as much as the $800 to top off this jet.
They've had a little bit of bad press, but we couldn't do what we do without them.
Okay.
I mean, they're our kind of eyes in the sky. They can see the other traffic and keep us away from it.
And to add one interesting side note to this story that I learned today while I was at Van Epps Airport is that the traffic control company is actually run by a private company called RVA that has no association to the airport.
The war between generic and brand name items has been going on for centuries, but it looks like the underdog is finally coming out on top. A study recently showed that the top 10 most popular prescription drugs are all generic names. One local pharmacist says as much as 70% of the drugs he sells are generic.
Just because of the cost, and also the PBMs, the companies that administer the plans for most insurance companies or employers, require generic prescriptions for their plans in order to save money.
Andy also says that each year there are more and more generic drugs being put on the market. He says there's barely any difference between most generic and brand name drugs, that they are all equally safe. And coming up next, find out if your school is violating your rights.
It may be after 5 p.m., but for some it's only 4:20. Today is not an official holiday, but it has been notably recognized for the consumption of the drug marijuana. University Police Chief offered us a scenario that what would happen if the community of Georgia were to legalize the drug.
And I'd ask people in their community, is it okay for their public safety workers, police, firefighters, EMS, you want them smoking a couple joints before they come out to your house to provide a service? You know, there may be some people say it's okay with that.
The chief also said that if it's legalized, he would not authorize his employees to smoke marijuana if legislation left the decision up to him.
Snoop Dogg's newest line of malt beverages, Colt 45 Blast, is generating national attention. Concerned parents fear that the bottle's style and fruity flavor appeals to children. One University of Georgia substance abuse counselor thinks that they may have a point.
I think advertising is very smart. When you look at adding flavors like watermelon, things that are the same flavors you would find in candy for children, then I definitely think there is a connection in terms of who that target audience is.
The potentially too delicious malt beverage is set to hit shelves April 5th.
An organization that promotes free speech in colleges gives UGA a red light. They say some of the school's policy may be violating your First Amendment rights. Kate Macedo tells us why.
Everyone knows that a red light means stop, and that is exactly what the Foundation for Individual Rights and Education is saying to the University of Georgia. Students who violate policies at the university be tried by other students. Find out more about the student judiciary tomorrow. Kate Macedo, UGA News Source.
After the break, I'll give you all the details on the wet weather ahead. Next on News Source. Like I said earlier, currently we're sitting at a warm 77 degrees. So George, the only silver lining about all this rain coming in is we can get some temporary relief from this pollen.
Well, I'll tell you what, the people that are allergic to pollen are probably really appreciating it.
I'm one of them.
Yep.
I'm Dane Young, and after the break, I'll tell you which two Georgia football players stood out at G-Day. Sports is next. NFL schedules came out last night, and the Falcons have the 19th toughest schedule in the league. And now, Lucas, a little bit of a breaking news that we've had just today. The Alabama fan that poisoned Auburn trees in Toomer's Corner, he had his hearing today in Auburn and actually was beat up afterwards by Auburn fans.
Well, hopefully the police can find out who this guy was and take him down.
Yeah, it's probably the worst aspect of college football, that passion. And up next, find out what's new in entertainment. The Georgia Theater is well on its way to opening its doors again. News Source reporter Alyssa Hyman has an exclusive look into the renovations.
On the corner of Lumpkin and Clayton, it's one of Athens' most historic landmarks. It's a building over, but he's sure it will be open in August. Alyssa Hyman, UGA News Source.
Tell you what, Lucas, I can't wait till they open up that Georgia Theater again. I'm looking forward to that restaurant top roof.
I'm looking forward to see who they bring in for that first performance on opening day. I'm very interested.
Should be fun. Well, on behalf of all of us tonight, I'm George Lopez.
I'm Lucas Ioke.
Have a great night.
UGA News Source is a student production of the Grady College of Journalism and Mass Communication, which is solely responsible for its content. The views expressed do not represent those of the University of Georgia administration nor the Board of Regents of the university system.